Hello and welcome to Loving Me, Myself, and Life with me, Jody Masiak. So a while ago, I was sharing how I spent some time reflecting, really going inward, slowing down, and just connecting to what I really want and get grounded in who I am again and things. Because, life can happen and derail us a little bit. And now that I have both kids at school, I've have a little bit more, free time and things. So I'm really, hitting that reset button. That doesn't mean it was a perfect journey, that's for sure. And like I said, nothing's perfect. It's not about perfect, it's about progress, right? So I was, doing a little bit of reflection, but not really going in it. Like I talked about it and I opened up my work schedule and I almost was procrastinating on it. And then it was Sunday. And it was the third event of Scouts, third of 4 events for that week of Scouts. And we were literally 10 minutes before we were leaving for this event. It was a thank you supper. And I literally was heading out the door, like was about to. I was feeling really overwhelmed inside and just like, ugh. And my husband looked at me. He goes, "Are you okay?" Or maybe like, "Are you all right?" And I said, "No." And I was honest with him. I was sharing how I was feeling exhausted. We were running back and forth. I wasn't always going to these events with the kids, but I was doing all the prep work to get them there. And it was just like one after the other. And I was just feeling it. And I was like, oh, like I just shared with him how I was feeling. And I was just so exhausted that day, even though I slept in. Like I slept in that morning, but I was feeling so wiped. So then him being the awesome husband he is, asked me if I wanted to stay home. And my reaction was, well, we RSVP'd, we have to go. And he's like, well, we don't have to. See, I get trapped in that too. Like we have to do this because we've already committed. But sometimes it's okay to back down. Anyways, we talked about it a little bit more. He's like, well, I can take the kids and you can stay home and do something for you. And initially I was like, no, I want to go for the kids. And I was thinking about everybody else but myself. I was thinking about everybody else and how everybody else would be affected. And then I just paused for a minute. I'm like, I really need to stay home and be. So I told my kids. They were a little disappointed. And, wasn't very happy that I wasn't going, but they still got ready, got out the door. And my initial reaction after they left was, oh man, I got to get into this kitchen. We have, dishes to do and clean up still. Again, because we were running for nonstop all weekend and before. Anyways, the messy kitchen doesn't matter so much, but that was my gut reaction to get in the kitchen. And the truth is, that's what was going on. I started putting every single thing ahead of me. Oh, laundry needs to get done. I need to do this. Or whatever it is. Like I need to get the kids ready for Scouts. Or the kitchen's a mess. Or, everything is always around doing things. Making kombucha. Just everything. I put everything ahead of me. Like I even had it on my list. Like, okay, Friday, that's my me day. And I was actually getting to the point where it's like, well, I still have cleaning to do. I didn't get it all done on Thursday. And I gave up some of my time. And I was doing that a lot more. It was like only a week or 2, but it was happening. I was putting everything ahead of myself. So instead, I didn't go into that kitchen. I was like, ignore the kitchen. And I walked into my office and grabbed my journal. And I sat down. And I wrote about how I felt. Something I was avoiding doing. When we fill our days up, it usually means we're avoiding something. Our feelings, a conversation we have to have with ourselves or somebody else. Something we know could really take us closer to our dreams, but it's a little nerve-wracking because we haven't done it before or, it takes us out of our comfort zone. I was avoiding my feelings. So I wrote down. And I wrote and I wrote and I wrote. And a part of me is like, well, I want to watch a movie. But I'm like, I am not doing anything until I feel I have expressed everything I need to feel. And I sat there. And then I realized why I was so tired. I stopped making myself a priority. I kept putting me at the bottom of my to-do list. So in that moment, I decided to recommit to myself. Recommit to making me a priority, putting me on top of my to-do list. Now, this is something I'm probably going to have to do quite frequently, is recommit and recommit and recommit to myself until it becomes a routine, just like brushing your teeth. It's just something you do. It becomes such a habit that it just happens. When we're setting and getting into a healthy routine again, or a healthy habit, if we're forming something new, we might just have to find it's not about like, oh man, I forgot about me again, or, it's about catching ourselves and recommitting every single day until it's like it just happens every single day. And then something in life might happen and you have to do it again, and that's okay. I decided it's time to start doing things that fill me up. Yes, in life we have things things we have to do, but we don't always have to do them first. In fact, if we don't take care of ourselves first, we don't have more love and energy to give to other people, or even projects and just anything you got to get done. If you take care of yourself first, you have so much more energy. And I can say that just recommitting to myself, I have committed to doing my morning routine. I have not done it yet. Now I'm still early on from the recommitting point as I record this. But since I've recommitted to myself, I have not skipped over my morning routine. I have made myself a priority in the morning. I give my kids a kiss in the morning, say goodbye and have a great day. And I get on my meditation pillow and then on my yoga mat. It's about recommitting to yourself and making your a priority. And you know what a funny thing is? My husband, when he got home, he cleaned the kitchen. Just because we think we have to do something doesn't mean we have to. Even if my husband didn't clean that kitchen, I could have cleaned it later, the next day. If I kept putting in the kitchen, laundry, every other, what I call adulting responsibility first, I was never going to find time for me. Never, because like I said in another episode, we always have things that need to get done. We just got to draw a line somewhere. It's like, okay, this is it. Just like, we always, my husband and I, we were always doing. And I go, honey, Friday is like a day. We're not doing anything. I don't care what the kitchen looks like. Like this is years ago when the kids were young, like babies. And, I don't even know if they had a solid routine of sleep yet and if they were waking up. But I just like, look, Friday, a day to do nothing in the evening. Like we put the kids to bed and it's our time. No more adulting. No more parenting, no more just being present with each other. And that's the same for being for making ourselves a priority. As a person who teaches and motivates people to take care of themselves first, so they have love and awesomeness to give to others, I found myself needing to take my own advice. How did I lose myself in all this craziness of life, my to-do lists? Honestly, that doesn't really matter. It's what I did after that changed everything. In a good way, that is. Life happens. It happens to everybody. Even me, a master empowerment coach who talks about self-care and creating a deeper, loving relationship with yourself. I've been on my self-love adventure for over a decade. The thing is, though, we are humans. It's about learning, growing, falling down, and getting back up again, as gracefully or not as so gracefully. So what did I do next? After recommitting to myself, I started small. I recommitted to my meditation and my yoga practice. I knew exactly how I wanted to start my day. And I stopped making excuses like I'm too tired to meditate, or I just want to come downstairs and have my water or my coffee, I stopped making excuses. I decided it was so important to take care of myself, to put my health above my to-do list, my joy above my to-do list. But the most important thing to remember is I did start small. So I focused on my morning routine. I went back to recommitting to my Fridays for me day. I stopped putting things in my areas of my me time, like so in the evenings. Instead of doing things around the house, I recommitted to just being by myself. I also found, because I didn't want to share my feelings in a journal, and I was kind of just putting things down, like pushing things down a little bit, and didn't really want to, feel, or like, it wasn't even that I didn't want to feel, it was just that I was avoiding it. So once I focused on my morning routine, it really helped me ground myself for the day, to be more connected to what I want and need. And I started the day slower instead of hitting the ground running and really connecting. And the other thing I found myself doing before this recommitment, this reset moment in my life, I was actually watching a lot more TV. I didn't really feel like, I felt a little lost. Like I was kind of disconnected to who I was. I didn't really know what to do next. So I filled my days, my mornings, my evenings with a lot of TV. Just, having fun watching other people's lives, or fake lives, really. Just TV shows, one after the other after another, because I just didn't know what to do next. So one of the other things I did, other than recommitting to myself, making me a priority, starting small and working just on really starting my day strong, no excuses. I also made a commitment to watch less TV, to keep my TV watching to the evenings, that 1 hour before bed. And it was just looking at what I wrote in my journal, seeing how I wanted to feel. It was really just starting with like, how do I want to, my feelings, like what am I feeling right now? And then I believe I said, what do I want to feel? So if you are ready to recommit to you and making yourself a priority, I really encourage you to join my loving tribe. I send my loving tribe a weekly email on Sundays for Self-Love Sunday. And the reason I'm encouraging you to do that, one, it gives you that one moment on a Sunday, or if you open it on a Monday or Tuesday, wherever you open it, to really just remind you that you are important, that you are a priority. I also have something really cool I've been working on, and you'll be the first to know when it's coming. So being a part of the loving tribe, other people who are also on their self-love adventure, working on progress, not perfection, and creating a deeper loving relationship with themselves. I encourage you to join our loving tribe and, just be filled with love for yourself every week. It's that recommitment to yourself every week. Like, right, I am important. And yes, I want to make myself a priority. Yes, I matter. Yes, I am enough. Yes, it's time for me to be on the top of my to-do list. So all you have to do is go onto my website. It's on the very front. And I look forward to you being in our loving community, being surrounded by amazing, loving people, and finding the support you need on your self-love adventure. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye for now.